d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4, g3, castle kingside, bishop g2, bishop takes c3, check, b takes c3, d6, knight f3, knight c6, queen d3, e5, knight d2, queen e7, castle kingside, rook e8, e4, b6, rook e1, bishop a6, bishop a3, knight d7, f4, queen f6, bishop h3, bishop c8, bishop takes d7, bishop takes d7, f takes e5, d takes e5, d5, knight a5, knight b3, knight b7, c5, b takes c5, knight takes c5, knight takes c5, bishop takes c5, queen g6, rook f1, h5, c4, bishop h3, rook f2, a5, bishop a3, rook a d8, rook e1, h4, c5, h takes g3, queen takes g3, queen takes g3, check, h takes g3, f5, rook d2, f takes e4, rook takes e4, bishop f5, rook e1, e4, king f2, rook e5, d6, c takes d6, c takes d6, bishop d7, king e3, rook d8, rook d4, rook g5, rook g1, rook g4, bishop b2, rook e6, rook d5, a4, bishop e5, rook g5, king d4, rook e8, rook e1, bishop e6, rook c5, rook d8, a3, bishop f5, bishop f4, rook h5, rook takes e4, bishop takes e4, rook takes h5, bishop g6, Rook A5. King F7. Rook A7 check. King F6. Bishop E5 check. King F5. Rook takes G7. Bishop H5. Bishop F4. Bishop D1. King C5. Bishop F3. Rook E7. King F6. Bishop E5 check. King F5. D7. Rook takes D7. Rook takes D7. King takes E5. Rook D4.